Where was I? Shadow Dance Ruins, okay. Let's find out where you are. Let's do this. Playing all that crap, I should be finishing this game off. Sorry, I mean crap, I mean Destiny 2.
Well, aren't you off in a hurry?
Ricochet. Okay. Oh, almost there. Yeah. I was going to title this Part 4, hopefully the final, but I don't know how long I'm going to go. Oh, bugger, I'm just going to do it all. This might be the biggest stream yet.
Perhaps a direct approach would be the best.
Ah, it's up. Why it's always to be up? Ooh. Assassin beetles. A nest of assassin beetles. Okay, it's up higher. Okay, Shadow Dance Ruins found. There's the entrance. Oh, just in slides. Bat kitty, bat kitty, bat kitties. Ah, ran past.
Chimera's waiting for you inside. If the dragon circling overhead spots us, I'll try to drive it off.
Zamorak will assist.
Yes, I'm sure your fists will make all the difference.
Oh yeah. You're right, Abner.
If there is more to this ancient temple, I do not see a way to access it. This is the right place. I can sense it. But nothing in this chamber looks like it can make the moons move or open a path to Joan or Jode. What are we missing, Fiveclaw? And Riddlethar knows I have tried everything I can think of. I held it out. I presented it forcefully. I even shook it vigorously, but nothing happened. I do not know what else to do. My memories and the Kunzari stories, everything jumbles together. Too much research has crowded my mind. Wait, maybe... I remember one thing Mother used to say. Maybe if I repeat her words while I hold the pendant. When an Equina's blood calls, the shadow dance begins.
By the moons, you open the path.
You go ahead. Zamorak and I will deal with the dragon outside. Somehow.
Moons watch over you. Come, Fiveclaw. Let us see where this leads. Beautiful. Why was this hidden for so long? This place has guardians, it seems, but they could not stop the betrayer.
Respawned in. Great. Real great.
The betrayer sent. He came this way. That relic. See what you can make of it, Fiveclaw. Spirits awakened. The temple recognized me. I am becoming attuned.
Sir Cadwell, you're part of Kunzari's Krazun. Why are you
doing this?
I want what Kunzari hid away, and I need to move the moons to reach it. If a few cats must die along the way, what of it?
You're insane.
You talk to your new god like that? Manners!
The temple. It shows us how the betrayer became attuned. Another temple relic. Activated for me, 5 o'clock. I understand. Moving the moons causes an eclipse. That opens the way to Jode's core. The betrayer attuned himself and hoped to align the moons as Anekuna did. But the moon priests and the remaining champions stopped him. Now I see how he planned to do it. It is so simple. Hurry, we have one more relic to activate. The attunement process. Through it, I can hear the moon sing. And I hear another voice. It feels like a part of me. I hear Anekuna, who cries for the innocent blood the betrayer spilled so long ago. We cannot let him open the way. The betrayer was always more interested in glory and power than being a true hero. The prize waiting in Jode's core was too much to ignore. He murdered Kunzari and attuned himself so he could move the moons and walk the secret paths.
It's almost a shame how Inequina's faithful keep throwing themselves at my blade. Almost.
I keep saying the same for these NPCs.
Temple relic. There it is. Activate it, please. Now, 5 Claw. We need to reach the temple sanctuary.
I thought that was an NPC.
us talk before we confront the betrayer. The ancient memories become clearer in my mind with every passing moment. We follow the same path as the heroes of legend. Kunzari, Anequina, the betrayer, they all walked these steps to reach Jode's core. I see the truth of the myths and legends. Kunzari tricked Calgrantid into storing the might of the dragons in Jode's core. Then, the heroes of the Krajun lured them into the halls of Colossus and sealed the doors. Yes, he murdered Kunzari and then came to this temple to gain the power to move the moons and open the way to Jode's core. You see, the path only appears at the moon gate of Anequina when the moons are aligned, as in an eclipse. True, but many died before they lopped off his head. The betrayer was the greatest warrior of his day. If it comes to a battle, it will not be an easy one. There is an apparatus in the sanctuary, linked to the larger moon gate. That is what we seek. We are about to enter the place where the betrayer faced his greatest failure. Where he died at the hands of the remaining heroes and moon priests. We must make sure history repeats itself. The shade of Anequina darkens with rage whenever I think about him. Even before his betrayal, she detested the man. He was vain, proud, a great sword fighter, but full of ego and hubris. Perhaps that is his weakness, his pride.
Too late, fools! The eclipse has started. I'm going to share the power with the dragons. Magnanimous! I can strike from any direction.
Take that trap. Come on, just drop. Please, just drop. Thank you.
I cannot stop the eclipse. The betrayer did something to the apparatus. The moons cannot hear my plea. No. The betrayer has set the moons in motion, and they will not answer to my song. There is nothing to stop the Not yet. This apparatus moves the moons, but the moon gate of Anequina creates the portal to Jode's core. Luckily, I sent forces there to defend it from the dragons. We will join them. But first, the memories tell me we have one more task here. Anequina's memories show me how she once used the dragon horn. The combat dragon horn you gave me. It needs to be energized, have its power restored. Activate the nearby temple relic, and I will charge the dragon horn. Zad, Anek, Cadwell, John, and Jode. All of it into the dragon horn.
A dip in cold water is refreshing, pleasant, and I'm fit as a fig tree. Now, where's the evil me? Where is the fiend? Let me at him. I returned as soon as I could to help you give the betrayer a good thrashing. I I feel tip-top, I must say. I thought it was the cozy confines of my beloved Cold Harbor. But I suppose it has more to do with the destruction of my other half. Well, good show. The world is saved. That doesn't sound good. Let me think. If I concentrate, I can recall what was going through my despicable other self's mind. He wanted to make sure no one could stop the path from opening. He promised the dragons. I'm afraid not, at least not from here. He did something to the apparatus. It can't be used again. Chimera might be able to separate the moons, but she'd need to do it at the moon gate. She looks a little peaked, though, doesn't she?
I am all right. Cadwell, can we use your portal to return to Riemann?
Of course, Chimera. It's ready.
Talk to Chimera and you have to wait for her to walk up the steps.
The eclipse approaches, and with it the opening of the moon gate of Anequina. We have a short amount of time before the way to Jode's core appears. At least I am attuned, and I was able to charge the Dragonhorn. Gareshri has already gone to the moon gate of Anequina to take charge of the forces there. We will join him shortly. Thank you for helping with my attunement, Fiveclaw. With you and my ancestors beside me, we will find a way to stop the dragons. We stopped the betrayer, but not before he set the moons in motion. Soon they will align. When the eclipse occurs, the moon gate of Anequina will open and grant access to Jode's core, which is exactly what the dragons desire. Some, but not a lot. Luckily, we anticipated the connection to the moon gate and sent Gareshri ahead with whatever forces we could spare, which was not as much as I would like. I just wish we had something else to fall back on. The combat Dragonhorn is charged, but we still do not know its full capabilities. We must not waste its energy, so we will save it until absolutely necessary. We should make our way to the moon gate now. Tell our companions, it is time. Our companions left the palace to wander Riemann and consider what is to come. Find Abner Tarn, Zamorak, and Prefect Kalo. Cadwell too, if he is still around. I would like them to join us at the moon gate, but will understand if they decide not to. The ancient structure rises out of the jungle far to the southwest. To think, a place known primarily as a pilgrimage stop and historical curiosity may turn out to be the site of Elsweyr's most crucial battle yet. The moon gates are among the oldest ruins in Elsweyr. Of the few sites we know of, the Anequina ruin is the most well-preserved. Moon priests consider it sacred. The Riddlethar ties it to the lattice. The rest of us, we see a pile of old rocks.
Hey, Nick.
I can only tell you what I experienced. I became one with the temple, with all its memories and past experiences. I connected with my bloodline, with the first Anequina herself. I was attuned. I underwent the process of attunement, the same as Anequina and the moon priests of the temple, the same as Cadwell. I know how to make the moons move, provided we find a working lunar lattice apparatus. Some of the stories about Anequina speak of her teleporting from place to place. I see something about portals, but it does not make much sense. Perhaps when I have had 1,000 years to practice, I will be as competent as Cadwell, yes?
Gather my companions. Okay, this one is where? Oh, this is gonna hurt. Oh yeah, it hurt.
Quiet moments to meditate have been rare since Zamorak returned to Elsweyr. This one needed some time alone, especially after helping Tharn with the dragon at the Shadow Dance ruins. But you look like one who has important news, my friend.
I feel the same way as Zamorak right now.
Zamorak suspected that would be our next destination. This one noticed that the moons have shifted in the sky, moving in a way that breaks their usual pattern. The betrayer's doing, yes? At least you and Queen Kamira returned from the ruins. Then we still have a chance. Zamorak has pledged his honor to Queen Kamira. He will not break that vow. This one has a purpose again, and will see it through no matter the cost. Zamorak will meet you at the Moon Gate, my friend. Queen Kamira, attuned to the lunar lattice. Zamorak never expected to see such a miracle in his lifetime. This one prays that it will be enough when we stand against the dragons. About what you would expect. Tharn used flashy spells to confuse the dragon until it finally gave up and flew away. Then we encountered a squad of Uraxians led by a necromancer. Those Zamorak dispatched. It was the least this one could do.
Why do it always have to be so spread out?
Rigert knew he should have brought more mead.
Hello, come to partake in a before-the-battle cleansing? I find it prudent to make myself pristine prior to the start of a slaughter. In my experience, the subsequent blood and gore adheres much better to a well-laundered body. The Moongate. I hope to wash away the memories of the betrayer, and some stenches can't be removed with soap and water. I'm sorry I made the moons move, my friend. Sorry I helped the dragons. But before I became the gallantly gaunt, soul-shriven form you see today, I was the betrayer. I originally did all the terrible deeds that led us to this place. I'm rather ashamed. Dash it all. Yes, of course, that was my plan all along. Make up for my past atrocities by helping the nice cat people defeat the evil dragons, just like the hero I was before I became the betrayer. Tally-ho, then. I'll head to the Moon Gate now and meet you there. As nice as these facilities are, I miss the boiling plasm pools of Cold Harbor. Hot enough to melt the skin right off your bones. What an invigorating sensation. And your point is?
Well, at least Abner's standing close. It's a good thing.
Wine used to rejuvenate me after periods of intense exertion and spell casting. Now I can barely taste the stuff. A good thing too. Khajiiti wine is cloyingly sweet, like drinking candied plums boiled in moon sugar. I presume you have news? The Moon Gate? A noble but futile proposition, I fear. The Khajiit should pack up and flee while they still can. Let the Alliance armies deal with this. Show them some fights are more important than deciding whose posterior best fits the Ruby Throne. No. Just pondering other options. Too much of what we're facing was the inadvertent result of my actions or the actions of my family. Dragons, Uraxians, necromancers. The responsibility falls to me, and balance must be restored. Would you stand a chance otherwise? Without my arcane and strategic insights, anything you try is destined to fail. I won't have that on my conscience. Now, allow me to finish this sickeningly sweet inebriant, one last indulgence before the end. By the way, I believe I understand the purpose of the dragon horn. After much consideration, the use and function of the ancient instrument has become clear. The Dragon Guard were clever, I'll say that for them. Theoretical knowledge isn't the same as practical experience, but I believe I understand the fundamentals of its operation. The Dragon Guard prepared a horn taken from a massive dragon and engraved it with arcane runes, giving it astonishing power. Oh yes, I'm fairly certain of that. And I found historical references indicating the Dragon Guard gifted such relics to key locations, for their protection, you see. The one you located was originally in Rimmen before it was moved to the sanctuary. We have neither the time nor resources to move the large relic, but the small horn you brought back, it's called a combat horn, by the way, was designed to be carried into battle. Once charged with energy, its sound weakens dragons. One problem solved then. The next is sheer age. This ancient combat horn is exceedingly fragile. I'm not sure how many times we can sound the horn before it disintegrates into dust.
Hey, Tech.
For that reason, I suggest we save it until we absolutely need it.
Yes, it is.
The quiet moments between battles. I like to spend the time catching up on my reading. History, military strategy, recipe books. My secret pleasure is a good mystery, though. And the new Investigator Veil is a real page-turner. I've been waiting for the order to move out. I sent most of the Cygnus irregulars on ahead with Gareshri, but a small contingent remained here in case our earlier guess was wrong. I assume events in the ruins confirmed our theory? Understood. We need to defend the Moon Gate and stop the dragons
Yeah, it is tech.
from using
It
it
is.
when it opens. Keep them from reaching Jode's core. Well, at least now we have a mission. I just hope the Khajiit can get over their aversion to working with my troops. Queen Euraxia's tyranny made the Khajiit wary. I don't blame them for that. I just want to show them that not all Imperials are tyrants, that they can trust at least a few of us. It will come, as long as we don't turn on each other first.
Yeah, to really prove it, tech. Let's see. I'm in Elsweyr or Ribbon. Okay, let's scroll out. Yeah, you were talking about Skyrim. There's Vardenfell. Eastmarch. Oh, what does that? The Rift. Instead of putting it as like a Skyrim area, they're breaking it down to the regions of Eastmarch, the Rift, the Stonefalls, there's the Shan, Shadowfen. There's Cyrodiil in the middle, the capital. That's the PvP portion of the game. 100% PvP. Well, not 100%. You can still do PvE in there, but it is big. It's big. It's huge. See all those little white fast travel stations is what I've unlocked so far. It's a big map. Oregon, Somerset. It's Ivea. Now where is that marker? Oh, there it is. Now I just got to get out of town. Okay, first. Ah, it's always good to get the horse upgraded.
There must be a bond between the Sench Mount and those who wish to ride them. Otherwise, you will find them most unwilling steeds.
Yeah, you can buy a horse for 42.7 thousand. Speed, stamina. Always got to make sure. It's been hundreds of times where I thought I'd followed the right road and I've ended up backwards where I was supposed to be going. I took the left at Albuquerque. Also the fact that each map you have to load into, so sections, so it's not a seamless map. It's so the sections, you know. Think of it like you're playing in one area, and then as soon as you get to the next area, it loads in, and then you're in that area. So there is load points, but it's close to seamless. Boy, this looks like a place. Sorry, I just was reading the text chat on screen. In the game, in-game one. I can remember a humorous one. Playing one day, there was actually a French-speaking person playing the game, and they were talking in French, or chatting in French on the thing going. It was funny. Not funny for the person, but funny to the chat that he was writing one thing, like he wanted help or something or other, and people were trying to communicate with him. Then he turned around and had a go at them. Man, this is beautiful. It looks like this is going to be my new ride around place. I used to like to travel at East March and just ride, and ride, and ride. Oh, there's a delp up there. Close by. Really close. Oh. Mark it up. There we go. Tangle. Now, once I complete all these quests, I'm gonna go do delves. Okay, just for you guys, I'm gonna do this. Bear is gonna ride a bear. But wait, I've got another one. Didn't want to do that. The other bear. How about a camel? Oh. Like this one. Eerie Elk of Dread. Oh, he's got the Sijic one. I got that too. But I'll show this one first. This is a Gloom Wolf. You do that. Oh yeah, that's right. Here we go. Sijic Wolf. Like that one. It's one of my favourites. But I'll get back to me Indrik. I'll just look that text up. Some of these mounts you can buy. Some of these mounts you earn. There's a few. And this one you had to obtain. It started off as a base and you get feathers, 4 feathers. You did events. Bought the 4 feathers, combine them, you make the base mount. And then you had to collect 4 berries and you combine to make this one. This one's seen a lot in Somerset. There's actually another one that you do see, it's a boss. A pain in the butt world boss. I always do that. Press run and... Must be getting close. That sounds corny comes from him. Look at fun. Alexander's mud is very nice. Mm. I know where he was last night. Oh, Sigic portal. Yep. Oh, there was another one. Just a sec. I was calm now until I saw a message and now it set me off again. Done. Yeah, sorry about that. I'm just gonna mute my mic for a bit. I'll still be here, I'll still be playing, but I'll be eating breakfast too.
It appears everyone has arrived. Report to Prefect Kalo, Five Claw, while I confer with the Queen.
An eclipse is an eerie sight, but where are the dragons? The moons come together and the sky grows dark. Ominous, isn't it? And strangely beautiful. Where are the dragons, though? And the remaining Euraxians? I assumed they would have started their push for the Moongate by now. As ready as we can be. The Khajiit militia and the Cygnus Irregulars have taken defensive positions along the path up to the Moongate. And whatever siege weapons we could get our hands on are set to repel the dragons. Not a chance. We only hope to slow them enough to give Tharn and Chimera the time they need to stop the Moongate from opening. Or find a way to shut it if all else fails. If the dragons don't reach Jode's core, we win. Wait, what's that noise? Go join Queen Chimera. I'll take charge there here.
Zamorak will go with you.
Get those fires out and ready the ballistic. Move it, soldiers.
for reckless audacity and daring do.
Okay, Tech. Later.
The wall has been breached.
Kill the cats and the traitors!
My clampy got hit by a rock. That's why I turned around. Oh, get it!
Up there, more Euraxians. Here they come. Prepare yourself. More soldiers. Take them down.
I do enjoy cutting blackguards down to size.
The path is clear. We need to reach
Well done,
Queen
Cadwell.
Camilla. Gareshri, no! Stay with me, old master. Gareshri still breathes,
No,
but his injuries are
Gareshri.
serious. He needs a healer. In the meantime, Zamarak knows what he must do. With Gareshri injured, someone else must take command of this position. Make sure the Euraxians and the dragons encounter enough resistance to slow them down. That task now falls to Zamarak. Yes, my friend. This is Zamarak's chance to finally atone for his past mistakes. Wait, what is this? The dragon horn. This one doesn't know why Gareshri was carrying this. But you must take it and reach the moon gate. Queen Camilla needs you. Go. Now, Five Claw.
I've got these hooligans on trout. Let's get to Abner before the moon's completely alive.
abuses already.
See how the moons align with the ancient gate. The lattice opens a path to Jode's core. But how did you get the dragon horn? Where's Garishri? And why are the sounds of battle so close? Did the Euraxians overrun our defenses? Garishri? Hurt? And the Euraxians behind our defenses? This is not good. Not good at all. Well, we still have the dragon horn. At least until the power runs out or the fragile relic falls apart. Ah, I just wish the moons would move for me. The power, yes, but not the knowledge and experience. I will continue to try to move the moons and close the gate, but you will need to keep the Euraxians from taking this position. I am counting on you, Five Claw.
Dragon Horn. It's our only chance.
No, not yet! Through the portal, both of you, and bring the dragon horn.
Chimera, wait!
On the sacred plane of Jode. The dragons went down into the processional. They seek to breach Jode's core. From the memories I absorbed at the Shadow Dance Temple, Anequina and the Moon Priests came here to honor the moons and set them on their way after their sacred joining. This is also where she helped Kunzari hide the dragon's power. Here, on the plane of Jode, the memories become clearer with every passing moment. Kunzari was able to use Calgronti's own greed against him. The dragon sought the power of Jode's core from the beginning, but Kunzari offered him even more. He offered a way to combine the natural power of Jode's core with the mystic might of his loyal dragons. Calgronti's greed was his undoing. Now, he finally has an opportunity to steal all the stored energy for himself. We must stop him!
Mulomnir, the vermin still pester us. Devour them. As you say, my brother.
sacred place.
Priests worship new gods now, you insignificant morsels.
Avoid Mulamnir as best you can.
Jode's core is close. I can feel it.
Mulamnir, Calgrontide, and Jode's core. Are you ready for this, Chimera? Calgrontide is absorbing Jode's core. As long as the moons remain aligned, the power flowing through him is unimaginable.
Get me to that platform, Tarn. I can separate the moons using the altars. You must deal with Mulamnir Fiveclaw. I will divert whatever energy I can into the Dragonhorn, but use it sparingly.
You dare to face me, morsel? Sus! G! B!
To be inside the thing.
Yes, brother. I will make this quick. Sus! G! B! You have made me angry, pest.
What, you weren't angry before?
End this, my brother. And you. I shall crush these fleas, brother. You have my word. Good job. Source TV. It cannot end like this!
But it did, Mulanir. It did.
You killed Mulandir. Of Akatos!
The moons. I need to finish the ritual. Joan and Jode.
Hey, Click.
Hear me.
The power, it belongs to me!
Separate and resume your return.
You did it, Chimera.
Now,
You ended the eclipse.
down the horn!
That means
The moon gate has closed. We are trapped, yes. But Mulanir is dead, and Calgrontit has been defeated.
Oh, hello! You always find things in the last place you know.
Hey, Click. How you going?
I'm actually pleased to see you, Cadwell. Come, Chimera. Your people await their queen.
Thank you, my friends.
Yeah, I'm good.
For everything.
How you going? Yeah, okay. Just finishing off the Elsweyr quest line. Hopefully. Stop the betrayer. Stop the dragons from getting their power back. Yeah. Oh, jeez. We'll get well soon, Click.
Queen Chimera,
Hey, Kieran.
injured?
I am fine. Just tired. But look, the moons are no longer aligned. Tell me about the dragons, the Euraxians. What is the state of our forces?
Our scouts tell us that most of the Euraxians and dragons fled when the moons parted. Our own troops have not returned, but the Main has sent an envoy.
An envoy from the Main.
Why?
If you'll excuse me.
Oh,
I have
yeah,
other
I'm
business
feeling
to
okay,
attend to.
Kieran.
We did it, Five Claw! We put the moons back in motion and defeated both Mulanir and Calgrontit. I want to thank you for everything. Elsweyr is safer today because of you. Just being on the plane of Jode clarified the memories I inherited at the Shadow Dance Temple. I saw the ritual in my mind and performed the actions. Oh, too bad the Dragonhorn did not survive. At least it lasted long enough to banish Calgrontit. He did grow larger with every infusion of power he absorbed, but the horn dislodged him from Jode's core, which allowed me to finish the ritual and end the eclipse. After that, A concern for another day, yes? I cannot be named queen without the Main's blessing. That, however, is my worry. For now, you should rest. We must honor our fallen and learn the fate of our troops at the Moongate. And after that, we will celebrate a new dawn for Elsweyr. We have accomplished much, my friend. We overthrew the tyrant, Euraxia Tarn, defeated Zumog Foom and the Betrayer, even killed at least 2 dragons and made the moons move in the sky. If only I could shake this sense of impending doom. Nothing specific. Not really. I guess this sense of worry will stay with me until I know the fate of Gareshri, Zamorak, even Prefect Kalo. I would return to the Moongate, but other matters require my attention. Namely, the envoy of the Main. That is just it. I have no idea. Moons.
Yeah, you have a great day, Jemica.
Hounds.
Sorry I
The
keep calling
effort
you
I exerted
Quick.
at Jode's core was not without a cost. Five Claw, could I convince you to determine the fate of my soldiers and our friends? I appreciate your assistance, my friend. Find out what happened to Gareshri and the others, then bring word back to me. Meanwhile, I will try to find a few moments to rest before I meet with the Main's envoy or worry about the other dragons. Far from it. But without Kalgrontid and Mulamnir to lead them, they are solitary beasts without a grand plan. Colossal, dangerous beasts to be sure, but not the overwhelming force they were under their dragon leaders. There is little difference between myth and history for the Khajiit Five-Claw. Whether Euraxia discovered the Kunzari stories and that led them to the Betrayer's head, or Zumog Foom reanimated the head and then learned the tales, who can say?
Are you newly arrived in Elsweyr, traveler?
It's good to see you, Five Claw. We only just returned and I have yet to report to the Queen. Chimera is alright, isn't she? We saw the moons move and the eclipse end, but we haven't heard what happened after you entered the moon gate. After I was caught in that dragon blast, Zamorak tended to my wounds and took command of the soldiers defending the upper ridge. I'm sorry to say that I was in and out of consciousness for most of what happened next. I know that I am still alive and grateful to be back in Rimmen. It's a miracle, thank the moons, that the city is free once more. If you want to know what really occurred at the Moon Gate, you'll need to ask Zamorak and Prefect Kelo. There are those among the troops who need the healers more than I. But perhaps a few hours in the soothing springs will restore my strength. I'll need it too. I have much to do to help Chimera restore Enequina to its former glory.
Oh, it's you. Good to see you're still among the living. I suppose you had a hand in getting the moons to finally pull apart? Hang on, I need to finish my report. I find that it's best to write it all down while it's still fresh in my mind. It's all in my report. Our troops held their ground and fought bravely. We lost many good soldiers, Khajiit and Imperial, but we did our duty. We slaughtered Euraxians by the score and kept the dragons at bay until the moons broke apart. It was crucial to our survival. When the moons separated, the dragons broke ranks. They seemed to lose their drive, their purpose. They stopped attacking and flew off. Not a moment too soon. We had exhausted both our strength and our ammunition. The ones that survived Zamorak's charge lost what remained of their courage when the dragons abandoned the field of battle. They scattered like sand roaches and ran in all directions. I doubt they'll give the militia too much trouble going forward. We still have a lot to do to heal the scars left by Euraxia and her mercenaries. I'll offer our services to Queen Chimera and Lord Garashri. Let them use us where we'll do the most good. If that's what they need. But the Cygnus Irregulars are mostly military engineers, scouts, and trainers. We have a lot more to offer a kingdom that needs to be rebuilt than just blades and shields. That was our original mission, to help Elsweyr.
Zamorak is happy to see you, friend. After the dragons entered the Moon Gate and you followed, this one worried that all was lost. But then, the moons parted, and suddenly everything seemed all right. Just what you would expect. We held our ground against the swarming Euraxians and their necromancers, repelled the dragons as best we could. This one let the desert wind flow through his limbs and claws, while our soldiers rallied to his side. Between the Khajiit militia and the Cygnus Irregulars, we held them off. When the moons separated, the Euraxians broke off their attack and scattered to the four winds. The remainder will be a nuisance, but they pose no threat to the kingdom. Zamorak doesn't know for certain. We faced mostly the Euraxians on the upper ridge. Prefect Kelo commanded the ballisti, so he could tell you more. This one does know that when the moons began to separate, the dragons roared in rage and flew away. Zamorak hopes to serve as Queen Chimera's claw and defend the throne as he was trained to do. If she will not have me, well, Gareshri has many plans for improving life in Elsweyr. This one would be happy to help in any way he can.
Outsider, this one must speak with you. This one never expected to set foot in the capital of Nequina again. She hoped the militia would succeed, but she didn't believe they stood a chance against the usurper queen. Kashia understands you played a significant role in these events, yes? Such wonders you have accomplished, and to have touched the face of blessed Jode. This one is in awe. Despite all that, the Main has sent me to determine what happens next. Where is Lord Gareshri, the Speaker of the Main? The healers? This one hopes the Speaker wasn't gravely injured. As for your question, we must settle the matter of Enequina's succession. Kashia must determine if Kamira is the legitimate heir to the throne, and if so, recognize her claim. Certainly, but anyone can make such a claim. To be accepted by the Khajiit, she must be recognized by the Main. With Gareshri indisposed, will you stand with Kamira and vouch for her heritage? If so, please tell her I am ready to meet with her. Before you return to Kamira's side, this one requests an additional favor. The Main gave Kashia a sealed letter for Abner Tharn, but he refuses to see me. I understand that you and he share a special bond. Perhaps you could deliver the letter. The specifics concern the Tharn alone, but this one believes it deals with the artificial eclipse and its impact on Khajiit society. The moons hold great sway over the Khajiit born under them. What does this mean for those born during this eclipse? No matter what caused the eclipse, Joan and Jode joined as one. When this occurs naturally, one born then may become the next Main. But during a false eclipse, succession becomes a concern. The Main hopes Tharn can explain the arcane implications. The Main cannot be everywhere at once. That is what the Speaker and the envoys are for. For now, the Main's duties do not include Enequina. But know that the Main's heart is everywhere in Elsweyr. Now, please deliver the letter to Abner Tharn.
Abner, you simply must stay for the ceremony. It's not every day we get to see a lovely cat receive a crown.
Nonsense. And don't call me Abner. Besides, I think I've overstayed my welcome as far as Kamira is concerned. You and Cadwell, the two of you just can't leave well enough alone. No one was supposed to notice as I slipped out of Rimmen. Of course, very little has gone according to plan since the Rathstone tablets set me on this path. I am neither sentimental nor enamored of pomp and circumstance. My time in Elsweyr has shown me that I have limits. I am not the battle mage I was in my younger days. Besides, I hate parties. Small talk, speeches, canapes, totally unbearable. I watched firsthand as a remarkable young woman became a leader. She's already a queen. Everything else is simply ceremony. I've lingered here long enough. You were an able enough traveling companion. I may call on you again sometime. An intriguing question. Are Khajiit born under a forced eclipse next in line for the Main? But this other bit confirms my suspicions. I must travel to Palatine at once. I'm sure we'll see each other again. Until then, farewell. We accomplished much, but I fear we haven't seen the last of Calgrontide. I must investigate reports coming from the south. You, however, have a queen to crown. Take Cadwell with you and make sure he behaves. And tell Kamira she did admirably. We saw no body, and there's no reason to suppose Calgrontide couldn't escape from Jode just as we did. He absorbed a remarkable amount of energy while the moons were aligned, after all. I'll send for you if and when I confirm my suspicions.
I assure you, Kasia, my wounds are healing quite nicely.
Nevertheless, this one has asked the Outlander to stand beside Chimera, should I decide to give the Main's blessing.
Garishri told me you found them. He filled me in on what happened during the battle at the Moon Gate. Dragons and necromancers, I understand. But politics and coronations, they twist my tail, and their regalia. It pinches. Moons, I miss my leathers. I am having many thoughts, but I know what I must do. Like Anequina and my other ancestors before me, I must stand tall and accept my responsibilities with humility and grace. Provided the Main's envoy confirms my right to the throne. The woman is inscrutable. I think she just wants to see me suffer until she acquiesces and places the crown on my head. Before the full weight of the kingdom falls upon my shoulders, I want to tell you something. I want you to know I appreciate everything you have done for Elsweyr. For me. I do not believe we would have survived without your assistance. Now, I understand the envoy asked you to stand beside me at the ceremony. Are you ready, my friend?
Five Claw, a word. The healers were able to do wonders, my friend. I almost feel like my old self again. I will secure Chimera's claim. You just stand beside her and support her. She values your presence, as do I. But where is Chimera? I expected you to bring her in.
Who will confirm that Chimera is the daughter of King Hemekar and the rightful heir to the throne of Anequina?
I will, as her guardian all these years, and as the Speaker of the Main. Chimera is the rightful heir. Come forth, daughter of Hemekar and Numara. Come forth, child of Anequina.
Chimera, do you accept the duties of the throne? Will you lead this kingdom and protect its people?
I do, and I will.
Know then that the Main accepts and recognizes your claim. All hail Chimera, Queen of Anequina!
I promise to serve our people, and I offer thanks to all who helped achieve our recent victories. Finally, there is one I wish to honor. One whose assistance in these matters was unprecedented and invaluable. Five Claw, my comrade and friend, please, approach the throne. Courageous Five Claw, I will make sure your deeds are sung by my people. They will be told from one generation to the next. As Kunzari passed into legend, so too will you. Then say nothing, my friend. Just know that you helped deliver my homeland from tyranny. You helped me avenge my parents. You saved us from dragons and undead. We will never forget that. I will never forget that. You appeared when Elsweyr needed you most. In our most desperate time of troubles, you helped restore our nation. You will always have a place here, my friend. And I want you to accept the greatest award I can offer. I name you Champion of Enequina. There are still dragons to kill and Euraxians to deal with. But now it is time to celebrate. Take a few moments, talk to our friends, then enjoy yourself, champion. You earned it. It is time for different adventures, Fiveclaw. I must lead my people and erase the memories of the usurper queen. May her name be blotted from the histories. Of course, I may find time to slip away and explore a ruin or two. Every now and again. Just what you would expect. I listen to problems and I try to find solutions. I suppose I must coordinate with our allies in the Dominion at some point, and there are still stray dragons and Euraxian deserters to deal with. So, the usual things.
Looks like that quest line is done.
And all hail Fiveclaw, whom I name Champion of Enequina.
Oh well, I think I'll end it here. Thanks all for watching. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you don't like it, give it a thumbs down. I appreciate you watching. I enjoyed playing it. I'll be playing more of ESO, but I'm going to end the stream now. And thank you.